Thank you, Senator Tester. Let me say at the outset, congratulations to you for leading this important subcommittee, which I've been honored to serve on. Let me respond to my friend Senator Collins. It is true that the administration is probably a few weeks late in producing a budget resolution, but our hope for the budget process this fiscal year lies in the capable hands of 5 people who were featured in a color photograph on the front page of the New York Times several weeks ago. It was an article that noted that we have reached an historic milestone. Both the director of the OMB, the chair and ranking members of the House and Senate Appropriations Committee are all women.
Hear, hear.
I thought you'd like to hear that. I'm hopeful. I believe that you're going to set out, as Senator Murray has told me, and I know that you're working closely together to make history in that appointment, and I'm confident you will. So I wish you the very best, and I want to help you reach that goal. Senator Tester, I also want to say a word or two in praise. I'm sure you would give me additional time if necessary, in praise of your role as chairman. I set out 8 years ago to achieve 5% real growth in medical research by the Department of Defense and the National Institutes of Health. You were my partner in that effort, as was Senator Blunt of Missouri with the NIH. And I note that in the fiscal year 23 omnibus, you have appropriated $3.107 billion for medical research, 5% real growth. Congratulations, Chairman. I hope we can maintain that going forward. Let me address the issue that Rear Admiral Gillingham raised at the end, which I think relates to a number of our witnesses. My general question, I'll start with Dr. Martinez-Lopez. Mental health counseling is so important for all of us, and especially important in the military where they're under stress situations and face trauma incidents on a regular basis. In the past, let's be honest about it, in virtually every aspect of medicine, there was a stigma attached to mental health counseling. And there was a belief that if you conceded that you needed counseling, it was a black mark on your record which would hold you back come time for promotion and advancement. Has that changed? Are you changing it?
Sir, I think, there's movement in the bullpen to really change that. Culture takes a while, but the department has been very entrenched, and I can't speak for Secretary on down, that mental health is health. It's like anything else we need. So we need to really lower that stigma. People make it very available, close. So everybody will be very easy to get, just like get into sick call for an ingrown toenail or something like that. But I will tell you that still is an ongoing challenge that we are really making headways, but we're not done yet.
I can concede that point very easily in my own family circumstance. A member of our family served in Vietnam and came back from that military service a changed person. We never could quite understand what happened to him. He did some things which were not good for his family, for himself. It took him many years to come to grips with his experience in Vietnam. We used to euphemistically refer to them as the Vietnam generation. And I won't go into detail, but you know what I'm speaking of. Contrast that with those who served in Iraq. I noticed many times these young military veterans would come home and be very open and honest about the need for help and counseling. What a dramatic reversal that was over the Vietnam generation. I hope that is the spirit that the military is looking at this issue moving forward.
Senator, absolutely. I mean, we're committed for the overall well-being of all service members. And mental health is one of those issues that, thanks to God, now we can talk and put it on top of the table and address it the way it should be addressed. And in the Vietnam days, we didn't, for whatever the reason, we didn't talk openly about these kind of issues that needed to be spoken about. So stigma is one of the issues of mental health, but there's obviously, it's very complex, and we're taking the public health approach to deal with the mental health crisis. And what that really means is it's not just a medical issue. It's an issue that encompasses personnel actions. It's an issue that encompasses financial issues. So anything that brings more stress, we need to figure out how to leaven that load on the service members. So it's not, everybody has to own on this exercise.
Thank you,
On this
Doctor.
issue.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.